Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Marvel Jacob here. I just wanted to do a quick video about Game of Thrones. Now, I know last time that I posted a pretty negative video about the series, and I was roughly an episode or two into season two, and I did stop watching it or stop trying to catch up on it for like a week or two after that. Um, But eventually, I don't remember why, but I think it was because of all the praise I heard about it. I kept watching the show, and wow, it's a great series. I'll just say that right off the bat. I'm definitely glad I decided to keep on giving it a chance because it definitely is a really good show. Um, well, I even said in my last video that well, one of the main complaints I had in my last video was that there weren't really many characters I cared about too much. Besides Tyrion, because I think even in my last video I talked about how Tyrion was the reason why I'm watching the show, and Tyrion, is my favorite character, which he still is, and I still think he's probably the most interesting and compelling right now, especially with the whole trial thing going on. If you guys seen the Mountain and the Viper episode that just aired a couple weeks ago, then yeah, that was brutal. The fight with the Mountain and Oberyn. Oh, wow, that was my head is spinning after that. That was insane, man, insane. But not really gonna talk about that right now. I'm not doing a review. I'm just saying my general thoughts on the series have changed since my last video. I really hope Tyrion doesn't get executed, though. I'm really hoping something else happens to prevent it. But other than him, I really like the Hound character, or Sandor is his name, I think. And I mean, at the beginning of the show, we see him. He's Kingsguard and things like that. And we eventually learn that his brother, who happens to be the Mountain, he when they were kids, he pushed his face into a fire pit or something, or held him down. I forget exactly what it was called, but that caused one side of the Hound's face to get burned pretty severely. He's had those scars for the rest of his life since then. And so of course, the father covered it up to protect the Mountain. And so, right there, the Hound has that interesting, sort of tragic backstory that we look for in any character we sort of want to follow or root for. So that's a really interesting part, I think, of his life. But yeah, so I really like the Hound. I like how he fights, and I really, it's been interesting because the whole Arya, ever since he left King's Landing and because of the whole thing with the Mountain, he's been afraid of fire, and ever since King's Landing, he left King's Landing. Ever since then, he said, "Fuck the king, fuck the city," whatever, fuck the king's god. Ever since he did that and walked out on him, he eventually came across Arya, and he was gonna be taking her to Robb Stark and Catelyn, but you guys know why he didn't do that. I won't talk about the Reigns of Castamere right now, but if you guys have been watching the show, you know what I'm implying. And so he's been on the road with her for quite a while now until they've arrived at Arya's aunt's, and you just seen what Baelish did to her in the last episode, or an episode or two ago, in the Mockingbird, actually. And so that's not going to be so fun. Plus, Sansa's there now, and it looks like she's kind of embracing the whole Peter Baelish thing, or whatever his name is, Littlefinger. Yeah, so that part's really interesting with the Hound, and it's been interesting seeing him show little bits of compassion here and there. It's been really fun to watch, I think, and I really hope long term, or at least maybe soon, who knows, at some point we see the Hound and the Mountain, have a definitive fight, a definitive battle, and I'd love to see the Hound finally kill the Mountain. Eventually, anyway. I think that'd be awesome to see, him getting revenge for how the Mountain had tormented the Hound for so many years as a child, and probably a little bit after that. So I'd love to see that at some point. I hope that's what we see happen with the Hound eventually. And yeah, because like right now I sort of believe the Hound to be more of a skilled fighter. Sure, the Mountain has a big advantage because he's bigger, almost twice the size of the Hound, and stronger. But from what I've seen, the Hound is the more skilled swordsman, I believe. We'll see how it goes when and if it happens. I hope it does. Okay, anyway, I don't want to make this a character spotlight, but yeah, so I just want to say I'm really, really into the show now. I think it's great, and I'm definitely going to be watching it week by week from here on out. And so I'm really excited about it, and I'll catch you guys next time. And wait, there's other things I want to say. Like Cersei, I'm not going to go in depth about her right now. I already talked a little bit too much about the Hound. But Cersei, she's definitely a hateable character, that's for sure. And she's definitely not a character you should be rooting for. But I do like Cersei actually. I don't like what she does. I don't like how she manipulates people. I don't like how she treats Tyrion and people in general. But I do think she's played really well by the actress whose name slips my mind at the moment. But so I really do like her. I like seeing her interactions with the other characters and how she tries to make things go the way she wants them to. Yeah, so my favorite character would be Tyrion, then the Hound in a very, very close second. And actually probably Cersei or Arya after that. So, yeah, just in general, I love the world they've created for the show, or, well, in the books, actually, by George R. R. Martin. I really hope I'm not getting his name wrong. That'd be embarrassing. George R. R. Martin. Yeah, that's his name. So I really love the world he created for the books and the show, and it's really in depth. I love I even like the politics. I find those interesting, and even with Jon Snow and the whole wall and the wildlings and the Watchers and things like that. I think that's getting a lot better. It's gotten a lot better ever since that group betrayed the Lord Commander, and then they killed them. Bran had to, get out using the Hodor. You remember that whole thing. It's been that part of the story has been getting better, and with the whole Daenerys Khaleesi thing, across the river or whatever it is, the sea, whatever. That's still probably my least favorite part of the story. I don't find it overly interesting. I mean, I did really like the part where she freed the Unsullied. That was really badass, actually. If you guys remember the scene I'm talking about. Yeah, that part was really good. I like seeing her build up an army, I just wanted to cross that sea or river already and get over there to King's Landing. I know it's going to happen eventually, but I want to see it. I think they're kind of dragging that out a little bit too much. But other than that, though, it is a great show, and, I like Daenerys to a degree, Definitely prefer her over other potential rulers, Unless in my perfect world Tyrion becomes king, that'd be amazing. But yeah, I know I kind of sound like a broken record, but it is a great show. I completely take back what I said about it in my last video about Game of Thrones. It's not shit. It's a great show that really, really is good at what it's going for. And I'll catch you guys next time, and peace. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.